Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for getting me past 50 subscribers. I am very happy that people are actually interested in the videos I've been posting. So time to make another one. So this video is going to be about my worst ever festival experience. I don't really like to be a negative person and focus on the negative aspects of festivals usually, but I thought this would just be a funny video to make because this whole story of this festival experience is just kind of funny, and I don't blame anyone in any sort of way. Like, I'm sure it's just a collective lack of planning on my part, on the festival's part, just everybody. But yeah, enjoy. Okay, so my worst festival. And I'm sorry if you loved this festival, if this was your favorite festival, don't hate me, but my worst festival experience was at Hard Summer last year. Hard Summer 2018, I think. Hard Summer was, I'm sure they've since then gotten their lives together and made the event a lot better. I've actually heard they've done a lot of changes since that year, and I'm sure they've made it like way better, so I don't blame anybody there. Like, festivals are trial and error. But yeah, so Hard Summer 2018. I was really excited. That was my first Hard event. So yeah, I went with a group of friends and we're all from San Francisco. So, well, I'm not from San Francisco, I'm from Los Angeles, but we all were coming from San Francisco where I go to school, and I've been living for the past 4 years. So we're kind of used to more like chilly weather, foggy. I guess I thought since I'm from LA, I could handle the heat because Hard Summer's in the dead of August in SoCal, which, as most of you know, that is very hot. So I thought, being an LA girl, oh, like, I can handle it. People told me it was gonna be hot, but I didn't expect we went to. So they had also just moved the venue that year. So the year before, it took place at Glen Helen Amphitheater in San Bernardino, which is like a grassy, kind of fielded, mountainous area. And the area that they moved it to is also in San Bernardino. Area is called something Speedway. I forget the exact name, but it's like a racetrack. So it's not like a nice little mountainy green area, it's literally in a racetrack. I think they wanted to give it more of like an EDC feel, not as big of a track as that. I don't know if it was just this new venue they weren't prepared for, or like they didn't know, and we were kind of like, unfortunately, the guinea pigs that had to experience it first to make the changes. It was super dusty, so there's that. I know that they added tarps the next year, and I'm pretty sure it's because of so many complaints about it just being so dusty. I had more dust, like, you know, like when you go to a festival and you like blow your nose and there's some dust in it, like it was that times a million. It was black, it was gross. I wish I took some pictures. It was really gross, and obviously it's really hot, so I was wearing like, I mean, I still was wearing like long sleeves one of the days, but like I was wearing like, you know, no pants, like my legs were out, and I was wearing kind of like open-toed shoes. Oh my god, worst mistake ever. I've worn those shoes to plenty of concerts and stuff, and they were great because they're platforms, but after this I had to like throw them away because my legs and these sandals got like so covered in dirt, and like to the point where I like took my sandals off at the end of the day and you could see the like lines of where my sandals were on my feet, like versus like the dirt caked around them. Oh my god, just thinking about it was so disgusting. The shower that I took after that festival was like running down with like black water. Like, you don't want to see that after a festival. You don't want to feel like you were just in like a really gross, dirty place, which I know we all were, but like I felt like that was just like an extremely dirty venue, and it was just like, you know, flying everywhere. I felt like it was just like getting, like you had to like look down almost because I felt like dirt and dust was just like getting into your eyes. To get between the different stages, maybe they've changed it, but at that time to get between the different stages, you had to walk up and down these like mini hills. So it wasn't like a huge like thing, but it would be like at least like 5 to 10 steps of just like an incline randomly that would just like appear. So I told you guys that it was really hot and I thought I could handle it, but I couldn't handle it. It was really like dying. Personally, I felt as though there was not enough water stations at the festival, and I think that's really important, is to have ample amount of water stations. People are dancing so hard and so much and doing all sorts of crazy things. Like, you need to have water available for people. I felt like every time I went to go refill my backpack with water, I was waiting in a line for 25 plus minutes, which is just not okay. Like, you need to make sure that your guests are taken care of. I think this was day one. I've talked to some other people who went, and I guess like we all have some like different stories about what happened to us afterwards. So I guess this didn't happen to everyone. This is just the story of what happened to my group personally, and it was literal hell. So maybe this didn't happen to you, but I know a lot of people that this did happen to. So night one, it was a really good ending to the night. I forget who closed out the night. I think it was Yellow Mustard, Yellow Claw, back-to-back DJ Mustard. So I think that's who was the last of the night, and amazing, great set. So we were honestly like, regardless of the heat and the dust and all of that, like we were actually having a pretty good time. So we start to make our way out. It's just crowds of people. Like, event was so crowded. I think it was sold out, not sure, but there was way too many people for the space that was there, which I guess wasn't really a problem until the exit. Maybe they didn't have an exit strategy, or like, I don't know what happened with the entrances or what, but where we were, we got kind of like bottlenecked in, and we were like waiting behind like this huge crowd of people trying to get out of the venue. We couldn't get out. So at this point, it probably like 45 minutes to an hour had passed of us just trying to figure out how to get out of the venue and follow this bottleneck. There was no security guards around helping us. There was literally no one guiding traffic in any way. We were all left to our own devices, like not knowing where to go. So we were planning to Uber back to our Airbnb. So we're trying to find the Uber station. We've never been to this venue. Most people haven't. It's a new venue. Can't find the Uber station. We see this, literally, I kid you not, giant glowing sign. It's one of those ones like the bathroom signs where it's like up on those poles, and it has like literally like neon lights like on it, and it says Uber like in giant letters. So what do? We walk towards this sign that says Uber. Takes us like probably like 20 minutes to like inch our way over to this like area where it says Uber, and that area was fenced off. So I don't know like what happened with the planning of like Uber or the festival or like what, but it was literally fenced off and no one could, there was no like car, it was not a car pickup zone or anything like that. There was nowhere, like it was literally a fenced in area with no people monitoring it or anything. So we get there, figure out I don't know why that sign was there and glowing and guiding people that way when there's no way out from that area. Pretty pissed at this point, just trying to find our way out. Mind you, it had been like an hour and a half since the event ended. My water backpack is empty and I'm just thirsty. We had spent obviously you spend the whole night dancing, you're gonna be pretty thirsty. I don't have any water, so I'm asking all these people around me who are also in our same situation, just stuck and trying to find a way out. Do you have any water? Do you have any? No one had any water left. All our backpacks we all drank all our water, just dying there thirsty. We're all just dehydrated, you know, like coming off of dancing and going hard. So it was not a good situation. Finally find our way out after that like fake Uber station. I don't even remember how long it took us. I feel like it was like 2:30 or 3 in the morning by the time we made it out of the venue of an event that, like I said, it ended at like midnight. So it really should not be taking us 2.5 hours just to be like, we shouldn't be trapped inside of a venue for that long, like with no water. That's just not okay. And I felt very like treated like an animal almost. Like, so we get out, finally find a place like where it looks like people are heading, where like there's streets and stuff and cars. So finally I'm seeing some like motion going on where I'm like, okay, I can probably call an Uber from here. But I'm still dying of thirst because at this point, like, I was like, I really need water. Like, I can't wait for an Uber until I've had like a sip of water. So we try to find this like a convenience store where I can buy water, and we do, like a couple of blocks down, and I kid you not, it was literally like a post-apocalyptic world. It was scary. There was so many people trying to get into this store because everyone was in the same situation as me, just like really dehydrated and needing some water, that they had to like section people off. They had a security guard outside like making people line up and only taking in like groups at a time to like enter this like liquor store. I remember when I got to the thing, like all the like big water bottles had been like bought out. So they were selling like flavored waters and Gatorades and stuff. I forget what I bought. I think I actually maybe bought like one of the last water bottles, but I remember seeing the like thing being empty. I was like, this is the apocalypse. What the fuck? So the next day, obviously, we ended up getting an Uber, fine, like went home and was just like talking about how crazy that whole situation was. I know a lot of people after that first day, like my coworker, hi if you're watching this, my old coworker had went and literally sold his day 2 ticket because day 1 was that like bad of an experience for him. I don't know if it's because of the same reasons as me or just like what, but like it was that bad of an experience that he literally sold his day 2 ticket. That shows a lot, and like drove all the way back to San Francisco instead. I still went to day 2, but instead we had someone in our group park in the parking lot so that we didn't have to deal with this whole Uber thing. We could just go to the parking lot and drive away, which ended up being a lot better. The situation ended up working out. So maybe the people who had like cars, maybe they didn't experience all the drama. I don't know, that's just my experience. So day 2 was also like a pretty hot and dusty day, but I think I went in knowing more what to expect that day. Again, the music, there was nothing bad with the music. I saw some really great sets. Dillon Francis back-to-back Diplo. It really wasn't the music, it was just the experience, I guess. I hold festivals to a pretty high standard, especially with looking out for their people. And I just thank God that I had some really good people with me. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to survive. So thank God for having good friends. Anyways, once again, I'm sorry if you felt like this was a really negative video. I did not mean for it to be that way. I just wanted to kind of tell you guys a funny story about how I got trapped inside of a festival venue. And I really have heard that Hard Summer tried to make like a lot of changes this year. So let me know in the comments if you went this year. Tell me how it was, because I'm truly curious to know if it was better this year. And yeah, let me know what your worst festival was also in the comments. I'm down to know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I love you. See you guys on my next video.